Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yashodanandana Vraja Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 8, Shloka number 21. Then, since Shloka number 19 is missed, so we will read from there. Nimalochati ha Bhagavan Sakala Jagat Kshemodayas Trai Atma Dyapi Mama na Mruga Vadu Nyasa Agachati. Translation: Alas, when the sun rises, all auspicious things begin. Unfortunately, they have not begun for me. The sun god is Vedas personified, and I am bereft of all Vedic principles. The sun god is now setting, yet the poor animal who trusted in me since its mother died, has not returned. Purport: in the Brahma Samhita 552, the sun is described as the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yat chakshuresha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramurti rasesha teja yasyagnya brahmati sambrata kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. As the sun arises, one should chant the Vedic mantra beginning with the Gayatri, The sun is the symbolic representation of the eye of the Supreme Lord. Maharaj Bharata learned that although the sun was going to set due to the poor animal's absence, he could not find anything auspicious. Bharat Maharaj considered himself most unfortunate, for due to the animal's absence, there was nothing auspicious for him in the presence of the sun. Hmm. Next shloka is the deer. That deer is exactly like a prince. Where will it return? When will it return? When will it again display its personal activities, which are so pleasing? When will it again pacify a wounded heart like mine? I certainly must have no pious assets, otherwise the deer would have returned by now. Out of strong affection, the king accepted the small deer as if it were a prince. This is called moha. Due to his anxiety over the deer's absence, the king addressed the animal as though it were his son. Out of affection, anyone can be addressed as anything. So today's shloka. Alas, the small deer, while playing with me and seeing my feigning meditation with closed eyes, um, would circumambulate me due to anger arising from love, and it would fearfully touch me with the points of its soft horns, which felt like drops of water. Purport. Now King Bharata considered his meditation false. While engaged in meditation, he was actually thinking of his deer, and he would feel great pleasure when the animal pricked him with the points of its horns. Feigning meditation, the king would actually think of the animal, and this was but a sign of his downfall. This what is the meaning of this word? Feigning. Feighning. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna. So we see in the 19th shloka there is a this one comparison that is brought about by rising of sun and setting of sun to the setting of sun is compared to the lost deer, who's not visible at this point in time. So like mm, the darkness, like we always discuss this aspect of where there is light. The light is in the Vedic. This one is compared to knowledge, and darkness is compared to the ignorance. So, and here we see that the Vedic knowledge is supposed to be considered as the light, and here Bharat Maharaj is considering that presence of the deer is considered to be the light, and like when the deer is absent, light is not there, so everything is inauspicious. So like everyone is fixing their goal of life, and something it's very very important in their life, and they consider that if it is present it is auspicious, if that is not present it is inauspicious. Like for example, like materialistic people, so they, if there is money is present, everything is auspicious. In the 11th canto of Bhagavatam or 12th canto of Bhagavatam, it comes the symptoms of Kali Yuga. So if somebody doesn't have any money, like he's completely inauspicious. There's nothing useful in his life. like that. So that is one of the symptom of Kali Yuga. And a person who's there in an affair with a girl or something like that, so for him, no, absence of that girl is like everything inauspicious. So, and for a spiritualist, presence of the girl is everything inauspicious. And for a materialist, absence of the girl is everything inauspicious. So it is like auspiciousness and inauspiciousness is calculated based on like what they actually really value in their life, and if that is not there, so then everything is inauspicious. That's how general calculation goes. But then in the ultimate sense, the auspiciousness and inauspiciousness is calculated based on, so have I been come back to my original position. So original position is I am a servant of the Lord, and if I can remember that I am servant of the Lord, and if I can engage in the service of the Lord, so then that is auspicious, getting closer to the reality. So sometimes Prabhupada gives this example of fish out of water. So fish can be happy only within the water. So outside water, it cannot be happy. So like so many other definitions of auspicious and inauspicious we have created. So in the material world, and those things will not satisfy. Even if we get that so-called auspicious thing, still we will not be satisfied, because that is really not auspicious. And in the process of devotional service, we have this six like symptoms, no, that is the first chapter of first chapter of Nectar of Devotion, that Shubhada and symptoms. So like Kleshagni and Shubhada, so these two, this ones are mentioned. So like this auspiciousness actually comes when we engage in the service of the Lord. Till then, like the world may talk so many auspicious things, but actually it is all inauspicious. So that is why it is in the devotees calculation, it is quite different calculation. So sometimes people see that something very bad has happened, and then devotee will say like, oh, it is so nice, like, no, I can remember Krishna. And people think this is a crazy person. Everything is falling apart and he's telling it's good. So in that way, like what is that, one time Prabhupada was, I think, asked that this one, now war is happening and the enemy are putting bomb, so then what will you do in this situation? So what to do? Like, no, bomb is also Krishna only. When it comes, we'll chant Hare Krishna. So, no, it's like very nice point actually. So auspiciousness and inauspiciousness for a devotee is how much he is able to remember the Lord, how much he is able to be actively engaged in his original relationship as the service to the Lord. So this is auspiciousness. And anything that is making us forget these things, be it good situation or bad situation. If some like intense pain comes and we forget Krishna, it is inauspicious. If some intense good comes and we forget Krishna, then also it is inauspicious. So, but on the contrary, so whether pain or happiness, if you are able to remember Krishna, so then it is actually auspicious. So the real auspiciousness comes from our essential remembrance of the Lord, and our being engaged in the service of the Lord. So here it is, alas, when the sun rises, all auspicious things begin. Unfortunately, they have not begun for me. The sun god is the Vedas personified, but I am bereft of all Vedic principles. So the sun god is now setting, yet the poor animal who trusted in me since its mother died has not returned. So this is also an aspect, like the poor animal has trusted in me. So I always remember that it is not there in Bhagavatam, from where a devotee told, I don't know. I think Anant Kaur Sundar who told this thing, that when Dhruva's mother, Dhruva was like crying. So mother told that, no, what can I do? I am just a poor mother. So no, like you should take shelter of Krishna, who is like equivalent to millions of mothers. Who's actually like who can mitigate your problem. So what can I do? So like that kind of this one. So this is a very nice understanding. So what can I do? Like. So like this is very nice, this one, that in any problem, in any situation, so if we are able to take shelter of the Lord, so then that situation is very nice. In Kanamangala also we are discussing this point. Sometimes this management and things which are involving like lot of problems. So people say that at the end of it, we get frustrated and we'll be like means thoroughly burnt up by that activity. So but then the real benefit of these activities is, so or how can we see this as also a devotional service? So when difficulty comes, if we know the art of taking shelter of Krishna, so then there is no what is it? Then there is like scope for advancement. So when difficulty comes, like only when everything is good and no, then we will be able to think of Krishna. So then no, in difficult situations it is very difficult, like to means the services which involves a lot of cumbersome things. No, it is very difficult to survive in those services. So only one thing that we need to learn is in any situation how to take shelter of Krishna. So that is a key aspect that we need to actually learn. And here we see that there is a difficult situation that is there in front, and but then like here Maharaj is not able to, Bharat Maharaj is not able to take shelter of Krishna, and the solution is coming out, but then the solution doesn't involve Krishna in the picture. So because of that, it is actually a faulty solution, and he is not going to be satisfied with this. So even if there is very serious problem, so but if we remember Krishna, so externally we may be suffering, but then by the remembrance of the Lord, that actually helps us to become satisfied within. So that is like external suffering and happiness is not that much of an importance. No, it is internal satisfaction that comes by remembrance of the Lord. So here this particular aspect is mentioned, that that animal had put trust in me, and then so like it has now gone, so I couldn't able to protect it. So definitely we should think that this thing could have been used as a matter of humility and advance in Krishna consciousness. Somebody has put trust in me and I could not able to help. So like then we can actually put ourselves in a humble position. So Krishna, like this is how much good I am in rendering service. So like you please help that person who has put trust in me, and then you please help me also to be dependent on you. So finally I understand, like you are the expert manager. Nobody else can be expert manager. So only you can take care of people like who surrender unto you. Right. So it could have been used as in the mood of humility and a tool to enhance one's Krishna consciousness. So but then here it is only lamentation, not involving the presence of the Lord, not involving the remembrance of the Lord is happening. So then it is not auspicious actually. So and then it is mentioned in Brahma Samhita, Prabhupada quotes that how this Etchakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasuramurti Rashesha Teja Yasya Gaya Brahmati Sambrata Kala Chakro. So like here this is mentioned that the sun is also a symbolic representation of the eyes of the Supreme Lord. So when the sun arises, there is all auspicious things that actually comes. In elsewhere, we study that in the glories of the holy name, that when the initial rays of the holy name actually comes, so it is like there is the fear of the thieves and rogues are gone, and then the darkness is gone, and then the fog, that is also gone. So this kind of this ones are mentioned. So like when the sun actually arises, there is a lot of auspiciousness that is actually created. And then when sun arises, like this one should be taken, the opportunity should be taken to chant the Vedic mantras, beginning with Gayatri. So that is nicely mentioned here. So one should take advantage of the this one, the rising of the sun. So and no one should do the dharmic principles. That is that needs to be done. And Bharat Maharaj lamented that all the sun was going to set due to poor animal's absence. So it's like the absence of the animal is like equivalent to setting of the sun. That's so he could not find anything auspicious. It's like though the sun rises, like it gives an opportunity for one to engage in his spiritual practices, but then No, for him, even though presence of sun is there, it's as good as sun is not there. No, because the animal is not there. So Bharat Maharaj considered himself more unfortunate, for due to the animal's absence, there was nothing auspicious for him in the presence of the sun. Okay, so then this, I think, the Sunday feast we have covered the shloka. The deer is exactly like a prince. When will it? When will it return? When will it again display its personal activities, which are so pleasing? When will it again pacify the wounded heart like mine? I certainly must have no pious assets, otherwise the deer would have returned by now. So this is like, no, one side it is, the two aspects here, nice aspects are there. So one aspect we discussed in the past shlokas, that like, when this whole section started. So Prabhupada in the purport writes that if our attachment is transferred to the Lord's service, we progress. Srila Rupa Goswami prayed to the Lord that he would be as naturally attracted to the Lord's service as young men and women are naturally attracted to each other. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited such attachment to the Lord when he jumped into the ocean or cried at night in separation. However, if our attachment is diverted to material things instead of the Lord, we will fall down from the spiritual platform. So, like, we see that here this aspect of how this same questions, when will it return, when will it again display its personal affection and things like that. So the same question we can actually ask, when will I be able to chant with attention, when will I be able to hear the holy names clearly. So this, when this question is changed with Krishna in the center, so then it becomes very, very powerful. So here also we see that when the deer was there around, it was a happy situation. So sometimes he could forget the deer also. But then when the deer is not there, so he is like all the time, he is very, very alert. He is so much thinking of the deer. So in the same way, like this aspiration, so like this questions, if these questions have to appear, so then that means like I'm seriously looking for something. So I'm very, very eagerly looking for something. And only if if I miss it so much, then only these questions come. When will it return? When will I get it again? And things like that. So if that is not very much important in our life, ठीक है चलेगा दूसरा कुछ मिलेगा. Like something of that sort will be there. So this is one nice aspect that in the progression of Krishna consciousness, we should develop our attraction towards our core principles of the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we hear its glories and spend time with them and develop attachment to them, so then these kind of questions can appear. When will it come? When will I be able to chant in this way and things like that? So when that becomes the primary point. So one nice thing in our Bhakti Vaibhav discussions was this. Like when can a society become civilized, when the civilized principles, when it can be practiced. So only when everybody's goal is at least liberation, at least bare minimum it is liberation. So then we can think about putting all the nice qualities in the place, and then a saner society in place and things like that. But if anything lesser than liberation is the goal, so that means sense gratification, basically. So if anything lesser than liberation is the goal, so there cannot be any civilized, this one we can make. So it is completely not possible. So it is very important that people who are, when the people come together and their exclusive goal is liberation, somehow or other, I want to become, go out of this material clutches, then we can, expect some kind of civilized, environment to be created. So otherwise, there is no possibility. Like, Prabhupada says that this one, United Nations we can form, and so many different things we can form. But like, never there will be any sanity in the society. Even like this also a point that when there is a rape or this one happens, so there is so much of agitation, and in the agitation, what people ask for, the punishment should be more stricter. So already, like every time it happens, some strictness is added, and when the things happen again and again, so they keep telling that you have to make more stricter rules. So rules banate rahenge, but then like the sanity is not coming in the society. It is because like the aspiration of people is not liberation. When the people's aspiration is not liberation or devotion service or anything higher, so then it becomes like a problem only. Like there is no chance of sanity to come out. So this is a nice, this one. that the devotees should cultivate the central aspiration, and material nature will keep on, telling us, no, like, yeah, you want to become nice devotee, so but before that, so you see, this person hurt your ego. No, your ego is more important. First, you should serve your ego. Then after that, we can serve Krishna. Anyway, Krishna is there. Like, no, ultimately we have to reach him. So, but first we have to solve this problem, and then so or some no money or position or something, like, so we become attached to, and then Krishna takes secondary this one. So when it is mentioned that we are, when we become more and more advanced, that even if other things, even up to the level of one's own personal self or ego or whatever it is, even if it is hit, no, the devotee will still say that no, I want only Krishna. No, let anything else maybe hurt or taken for toss. So, but still, like, I want only Krishna. So, and that is very important for a sadhaka to come up to, to go back to the spiritual world. And that's the gap that we have. So, like, now we want Krishna, but at certain time, like, no, we are ready to give up Krishna for something else. So, and for no reason we are ready to give up Krishna, so then we are eligible for getting back to the spiritual world. So that is something very nice we can see in this one. So, like, here, because of moha, or because of that deer has occupied the position of Krishna, and the deer is and the Maharaj is having so much of affection for this deer, and he were considering it to be prince, and then, like, it's so much of obsession that is happening. So this is called moha, or illusion. So this what is that, janasya mohoya maham mameti, like, that shloka is there. What is the starting of that shloka? Anyway, so like this moha, like, it actually creates that I am the center of all the actions, and no things connected to me are mine, and no, like that. So then it becomes that's what the moha actually creates. And so, due to his anxiety over the deer's absence, the king addressed the animal as though it were his son. Out of affection, anyone can be addressed as anything. So there is no definition for illusion. No. So, huh? यथात्म बुद्धि पुनः धातुके सधि कलत्रादिषु भौम इज्जति यस्या तीर्थ बुद्धि सलिलेन करहज जनेश गोकर। सो उसमें नहीं है मैथिनी भाव में थे। So with her, yeah. So this is like all this one attraction between man and women, and then possessing one's own, this, like, my home and my things and things like that. So all these things are the moha. Like, it makes my small life as all in all, and it's so important, and like anything that's happening to my family is like so serious and things like that. So, but when a person is free from moha, he will think that anyway this is temporary, and anyway it is by the mercy of the Lord, like, and by the this one, my past activities, like whatever is supposed to happen, so it is happening, but my real life is there. No, this is like not, this is like a duty. That was a very nice point Prabhu was mentioning, that like that man and women, so in the Vedic times they are married without knowing each other. So a foreign person was asking, like, no, how is it possible? Like, no, how can there be love? then Prabhupada told, like, no, it is no, love is meant only for the Lord. This is only duty. You just have to take care of somebody. You have to take care. That's all. So there is no love involved here. Love is only for the Lord. So that was a very nice point. That ultimately our love is to be reposed on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when that point is there, so then everything else is looked upon as a duty. And because I have some material weakness, so I have been given some something to work upon. So I just have to work upon as a duty. So I should not get attached to those intermediary things. So ultimate goal is to attain Krishna. So that is something, that ultimate goal should always be kept in the mind. And being in devotee association, so we can constantly be reminded of that, even if material nature actually puts us in illusion, that there is a good chance that like all devotees may not fall into illusion. And even if all devotees fall into illusion, still there is hope. I was like just contemplating that even if I am in illusion, I will preach the right thing to other person. I'll give concession to me and I'll preach the right thing to other person. So because like in illusion, everybody else should be like pure devotee, and I have the license to be like have some weakness. So in any way, like I'll be reminded, oh no, what is the goal, right? So in that way, like it's very nice that being an association, that each other can remind of Krishna consciousness. This I have seen in terms of difficulties and things like that. So people seek sympathy for oneself, and people expect pure devotee for others. So like this is like very nice, this one. So even in that case, even if I'm in illusion, somebody will come, and if that person is also in illusion, still he will tell, "Arey Prabhu, like Bhagavad Gita says like this, you should do like this." No, चाहे like no वो follow नहीं कर रहा, वो अलग बात है, but then वो तो बता देंगे इतना. So that way, like association is always beneficial actually. Then I'll ask the small deer, the next sloka. I'll ask the small deer while playing with me, seeing my this. What is this meaning? Feigning meditation, pretending meditation. Oh, okay, pretending meditation. So with closed eyes would circumambulate me due to anger arising from love, and it would fearfully touch me with the points of its soft horns, which felt like drops of water. So why it is called false meditation? Because real meditation means he should be unaware of what's happening around. So like false meditation, because he is completely aware of what is happening around. So like that means it is false meditation, and so we have good experience of this. Whereas like we don't have much experience of real meditation actually. So King Bharat considered his meditation false. While engaged in meditation, he was actually thinking of his deer, and he would feel great pleasure when the animal pricked him with the points of its horn. Feigning meditation, the king would actually think of the animal, and this was but a sign of his downfall. So like we don't need to consider this to be downfall, because we have never raised up. Once we raise up and then come down, it's called downfall. So like it is otherwise it is not. We have not made advancement only. So it is very essential that we have to remember or hear the names of the Lord clearly. So that is the one of the initial this one's goals that we can actually have. And it is quite possible that many times we attain this goal. So many times we are able to do this. So but then we again fall back. Like we are able to do and then fall back. So it is a good thing. So the struggle is very essential, and then in this struggle somehow or other we have to like develop the appreciation and importance and attachment to the proper chanting, like proper chanting and proper hearing. And then when we are not able to, so we should pray to the Lord. So Prabhu, like I was having some personal discussions, and also in that I was mentioning that key aspect, one of the key aspect in devotional services, whatever you want, you just go and fall at the Lord's feet. He was telling Radha Madhav, like fall at the Lord's feet, and then pray intensely that I want this particular thing. So then the Lord can actually bless us with that particular quality, or whatever devotional assets that we are praying for. So the Lord can actually offer. So like have faith in the prayers, and go to the Lord and offer prayers. So that was very nice, this one. So here also we see that this meditation is not happening. So but here it's worst case, because meditation is not happening, but that is considered very nice, and it is relished actually. The deer is coming and disturbing, that is relished. So now like we also have there can be many shades, but at least two broad categories of this ones. When we are disturbed and not able to hear the names of the Lord, and we are peaceful and we are relishing the thoughts that are coming, so then that is like serious bad chanting. And the next this one is we are distracted, but we are unhappy with that. So why am I distracted from the chanting? Why am I not able to hear properly? So if we are feeling bad about that, so then it is still good. No, that is no, that's going to take us to some better position. So, but if you are not even feeling bad, so then we will not do anything to remove that. No, we will always be disturbed only. So we will never be able to remove that disturbance. And here Bharat's condition is like, his, he was disturbed in meditation, and he's thinking that it's all right. And it's so nice, like, it was feeling like water droplets falling, and it was feeling so nice, see, like, he's trying to seek my attention and things like that. So that's why, for especially for serious practitioners, small kids are considered to be Maya. Why? Sometimes kids also seek attention, no? So, and then they come around and they hide, and then they seek attention of this one. And then in that complete Krishna consciousness, you can forget. So, like, actually speaking, anything that is dependent on us completely, so that is kind of a Maya, because like they are completely dependent on us, and that's just increases our Ishwara Bhav, and that just increases our this one, that I am the protector, I am the one who is giving shelter and things like that. And that relationship becomes very nice, and like it becomes like a person looks for that relationship actually. So but then rather, like, we are supposed to look for shelter. No, we are not supposed to look for our being Ishvara. So we are supposed to look for shelter at at the lotus feet of Ishvara. So that's a very important point to meditate upon. So this is an illusion where somebody is taking shelter of us, and then they are like completely dependent on us. So, and we are trying to help them without remembrance of Krishna. So then that is perfect, no solution for falling down into the material pool. So no more like before we come to the position of giving shelter to others, so we should thoroughly train ourselves to take shelter of Krishna. So that is a key. This one, like until unless we know the art of taking shelter of Krishna. So then and also constantly this has to be practiced. Constantly this has to be practiced, and we have to keep chanting. Like, that's why mercifully these prayers are given, Sikshashtakam prayers are given, nadanam najanam nasundarim. So like like when nice progress is happening, and nice what is that things are happening in the life, so nice results are coming, so we are every day made to chant that, no, I don't want this result, I want only Krishna. So like, it is very important to meditate upon that whatever results may come, so this is all belongs to Krishna, and it doesn't belong to me, and my only belonging is Krishna, and somehow or other, like, I have to take shelter of Krishna. So that is something which is what is that discreetly we have to meditate about. Like, whatever this one's like benefits that we are getting out of devotional service, we should categorically take all of them and say, I don't want this, I want only Krishna. I don't want this also, I want only Krishna. So like that, we have to categorically do this activity, so, and be focused on the Supreme Lord. So otherwise, some aspect may just one day turn out to be, oh, this is what is actually needed for you, like, this is what you are looking for, and this is what is like going to offer you satisfaction. So it can just put us in the material illusion, right? So with this, I pause the discussion. Any questions or comments you can take? Yes, Paul.
Difficult times.
Mm.
There are times
Mhm.
they are trying to take
Mm.
that you
Mm.
and try to remove
Mm.
and remember this easily.
Mm. So you're able to remember Krishna, that is auspicious, and not being able to please, so that should invoke humility. So like, this is my condition, I'm not able to please the devotees with my service. So like, how will I ever be able to make advancement? So, and then praying to Krishna that no, I want to serve you nicely, I want to serve your devotees nicely. So when will I become a nice servant? Like that. So this kind of thought process is very nice. that this any shortcomings, two ways it can be viewed. One is that, oh, I'm useless, I'm no fit for nothing, and things like that. So that is this one, that's kind of negative, this one. And the positive aspect is, whenever there is some shortfall is there, so we can go to Krishna and say, like, this is my condition, you see, like, I'm so bad, so when will I actually become a nice devotee? Not losing hope, so but then feeling bad for our current situation. Now always having hope that Krishna can make me a better person, like that. So that is like, with hope feeling bad is humility, and without hope feeling bad is like depression. So it is like, yeah. So then that means, uh, without hope feeling bad means what? I'm so bad, even Krishna cannot make me good. That is like questioning Krishna's capacity. How can I question Krishna's capacity? I am bad, but Krishna can make me good. So like, that is humility, like that. So we have to take advantage of that situation. It is good, like in material world. So the main problem is pride and moha and this one. So like, it's all the time like, no, I am Ishvara and things like that and all. So there is, whenever there is some shortcomings are there, whenever we are not able to do things nicely, it's very, very nice. You can take shelter of Krishna easy. Like, no, I'm not Ishvara. So I'm not the controller. Like, no, I'm so bad. No, like, please give me shelter, like that. So we can use that to become humble. Hmm. Useful. Any other things?
Speaking this things
Hmm.
that you see, popular when we are around the attachment
Hmm.
in form of it.
Yeah.
We also may have attachment or attraction
Hmm.
that you have to be
Hmm.
dedicated to pick it up.
Hmm.
How to find out
So now this is like, again, it's a little bit of a speculation, but it goes in line with the you know references, scriptural references which I've studied. So like, when we start our devotional service is very, very small, like a very small piece, and then as we nurture that seed of devotional service, so then it becomes like nicely grown, and it starts giving fruits and things like that. So in the bhava stage, what's happening, like, Maharaj was in the bhava stage. So what is the thing is, like, the spiritual realizations have become very, very elaborate, but then the material contamination is like small black taints that are there. So it is still there. It is like, I have my personal example of, I have a little fungus infection in my leg, and it is there since 5 years. And when there is summer comes, it just becomes very small, and it, as if it is completely gone. And then when rainy season comes again, it comes back. So even if it is small taint is there, and if it is nourished by some material activity and material sadhana, like now this here, this affection with the deer and interaction with the deer is like a it's like nourishment again back into that small taint of material thing is there, and that again grows back actually. So it just grows back. So that is the problem, like, we should not feed that material substance. So if you feed the material substance, it actually grows. It actually again starts showing results and things like that. He was sufficiently curtailed it. He has done his sadhana very nicely. He has sufficiently curtailed it, and it had become like almost, it is not a clear image also. It is just a simple some kind of a taint, that's all. It is not very significant. But then when the this one comes, when the favorable environment comes, the favorable sadhana for material, this one comes, so then it actually starts again becoming showing results of material results. It starts showing. So this one is like, we have so many things which you are attached to. So like, no, it is uncountable actually. So it is like an ocean of anarthas are there. So like, now the process should be opposite. Like, one is, as and when the anarthas are coming, we can actually counteract them. We can pray for them. Pray to the Lord to remove them. So, but then our real thing is that, like, focus on the Krishna conscious activities, focus on the holy name and Bhagavatam and service and things like that. So fully focus on that, and completely take our attention off the material things, material sadhana. The material sadhana is the one which can actually bring about the material, this one again back into the picture. So when we do spiritual sadhana, like spiritual this one, so then what happens, this actually gives life to the small seed that is there, the devotional seed that is there, and that actually grows, and just by starving the material thing, so it actually becomes weaker. So starving the material thing means like not engaging things which are in selfish nature, or not engaging things which can actually again like put my material consciousness into action, like that. So this is the practice that we are trying to do. And like as Prabhu was mentioning, in the practice of like if we know clearly where we are attached to, so then we can accordingly take to the varnashram in a particular level, or we can fully give up the material activities and take only to Krishna consciousness. So in that way also we can make progress. So, and Prabhu was mentioning in the personal discussion also, like brahmacharis are meant to be practicing the, means all renunciants are meant to practice the third path, like the nirapeksha path, where we don't have any personal savings, we don't have any personal agenda, we don't have any personal family or nothing like which we are focused upon. So we have only one thing, that is Krishna, Krishna's service, Krishna's representative and his mission. And apart from that, like we don't have anything else. So, but if we can become little intense in this whole practice, so then the results become very nice actually. So we should not, within this one, we should not create a sub this one of like what is it, Swanishta Nirapeksha, like that. No, that should not happen. Okay. So mostly I've given up everything, and in this like little bit my choice, no, I want something. So then it becomes another category of this one. So like fully meant for service of the Lord. So then that completely starves the material things, and even if some vasanas are there, so that will die down over a period of time. That's my understanding of this.
But in that Nirapeksha thing, I was also meditating, contemplating on this point. So you have the opportunity for that. But I was also having this doubt that do we still have the material aspect of ours, in Brahmacharya ashram? If yes, then what is that?
Yeah, material aspect is like our our natures that are there. So like whatever different natures that we are having, like maybe Vaishya nature or Kshatriya nature, whatever nature it is. So if that natures are there, like, but still we should understand and tolerate that nature, and then execute pure devotional service. And this aspects that we were discussing, that exclusively I want only Krishna and nothing else. So that meditation is also very essential in that. So if we give like vent to any other this ones, like I'm feeling good in like memorizing some shlokas, having some shlokas as memory, like which I can recite, and then when I recite, then people will appreciate. That's a contamination that is there. So like we should see that when this thought comes, immediately like, where is Krishna in this whole thing? Where is exclusive attention to Krishna in this whole thing? So, or we are happy in anything else apart from attachment to Krishna, anything else apart from appreciating the holy name and Bhagavatam. So it is all contamination only for this one, for in the third line. So like somehow or other we have to again and again hit that, this is the only thing that I want and nothing else I want. And even everything that I'm doing is washed off. It doesn't matter. This is the only thing that I want. So that's like some that meditation is quite important. Exclusive focus on the key and core aspect. So other things, other vasanas may be there, as Prabhu was mentioning, that can be from the sadhana practice also, like very in the beginning stage of sadhana also, this line can be taken. So but then there is a intense and exclusive attention for this particular thing that is there. So if we see the other two parts, the problem that is there is the attachment to either liberation or attachment to sense gratification. So like basically like bhukti mukti spriha, like this has to be removed. So, and even if that is there in the heart, it is naturally, it is there, we have to criticize it heavily, and I don't want this, I want only this. Why this ghost is there in me. Like, no, I don't want this. So like that, no, that is a sadhana that is very much essential in this thing. So we may be like externally, we may be engaged in all the devotional, like throughout the day, in different combination of devotional service, we may be engaged. But in this, like, no, the prime thing is like, no, is Krishna is the only goal or anything else is that is there in the whole thing. So that analysis is very essential. So if anything else is there, then it slows down the process. So definitely, like to the extent we are remembering, we will make progress. But the other aspect slows down the process. So exclusive attention to Krishna is the like faster process.
The leadership role and all, another contemplation on this was Parinishtitas. They do set examples. They do various things to set an example. So we also, in various leadership roles, we set examples. We try to set examples. So is that on the spiritual platform or still on the
Like this one right now for this one exam I was preparing, that how Maharaj Parikshit was an exalted personality, but then he was working on another level, like lower level. So it can also be like that key. We can intensify the practice. So the intensification of the practice requires this meditation, this like this one key. Why did I do this particular activity, or why did I take this particular step? To get appreciation from people, so that people will feel good, or so that I can control things. No, why? What is the root thought? No, why did I do this particular activity? So if I did this for the satisfaction of the Lord, satisfaction of the representative of the Lord, so then it is fine. No, otherwise, like something I have to worry about. So then we can go in front of the Lord. So I did this particular thing. Externally, nobody can understand. Like everybody will appreciate this particular action that I perform. But then I know that I have not performed it for your pleasure. No, when will I actually become a devotee? No, this question we can actually put in front of the Lord, that no, please make me such a devotee, like where I'll think for your pleasure, I'll do things for your pleasure. No, everything I'll do for your pleasure. So let nothing else be the motivation for my this one. So when that thought process is there, so that's a nice starting point for that third line, which I feel. So where one thing that the Prabhu keeps mentioning in the third line is that there is a greed that is there, in that this one. So that's the difference between second and third. So where second is like they want to attain, they like to attain. So but then third one is like there is a greed to attain. So that is the the key difference between these two things. So this questions of when will I be able to do this, how will I become a nice devotee? So these questions are questions which creates sadhana to develop greed. So that is a way we can actually see that we can do that particular thing. More we'll have discussion with Prabhu in that. So, yes, so. ठीक है. So अंतरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.